Hey, good morning, Mizzou fans. Gabe DeArmond back, PM in the AM for Tuesday, January 28th, 2025. Branching out a little bit this week into some different topics with the basketball team off until Saturday. So a friend texted me on Monday morning, or called me on Monday morning, and posed this question. If Nick Bolton wins a third Super Bowl ring in his first 4 seasons, does he go on Mizzou's Mount Rushmore of NFL football players? Bolton headed back to the Super Bowl for the third time in 4 years. He's a defensive starter, middle linebacker, de facto captain of the defense for what is, I think, inarguably the best 3-year run in modern NFL football history. We all know Nick Bolton's credentials. He's the only Mizzou player, I believe, to score a touchdown in the Super Bowl, which he did against Philadelphia 2 years ago. So if Nick Bolton gets a third ring, where's he fall on the list of Mizzou players in the NFL? So I broke this down for my purposes into kind of two separate categories, two different eras. I went kind of the pre-2000 era and then broke it down into the post-2000 era because Missouri, went through kind of a desert of NFL players there for a couple of decades. But pre-1980, 85, they had quite a few of them. So I think the four best, and you guys can correct me in the comments or on the message board or whatever if I'm wrong on this, because obviously I didn't live through most of this. The pre-2000 era, to me, Andy Russell with the Pittsburgh Steelers, Roger Warley, Kellen Winslow, who I think everybody would say is probably number one on this list, and then Eric Wright at cornerback, who is the only Mizzou player to win more than 2 Super Bowls. He won 4 with the San Francisco 49ers in the 1980s. Then we get into the post, and again, tell me if you think I'm wrong on that list of 4. Then we get into the post-2000 era. And right now, these are the 4 guys that I personally would put as Mizzou's 4 best NFL players, Gary Pinkel on. I think Justin Smith is number 1 with a bullet. I don't think anybody's going to argue with that. I doubt Justin Smith is an NFL Hall of Famer, but it's possible. But I think he's inarguably had the best pro career post-2000. Number 2, I'm going Ziggy Hood. Long career with the Pittsburgh Steelers, won a Super Bowl, might have won 2. But first-round draft pick, really good career in Pittsburgh. Number 3 to me is Mitch Morse, Kansas City, Buffalo, now Jacksonville, NFL starter for a long time at center. And number 4 right now, I think probably Jeremy Maclin. Good long career in the NFL, won a Super Bowl with Philadelphia, I think. I'd have to go back and double check that, but I think he was on that team. But, Jeremy had a productive career, maybe not, quite the level that some fans hoped for when he left, but close to 10,000 receiving yards and, had a good long run in the National Football League with Philadelphia and Kansas City. So Nick Bolton, he's only 4 years in. I think he's got a really good chance to eventually get on that list. Is he there if he wins a third Super Bowl Sunday? Does he replace, in my opinion, Jeremy Maclin's number 4 on that list right now? I don't think he passes Justin Smith or Ziggy Hood quite yet. Mitch Morse, I don't know. Mitch has never won a Super Bowl, but that's a long career, and he's been a starter and a Pro Bowler for a lot of it. But Nick Bolton, I think, puts his name on that list, at least temporarily. We have to see what he does the rest of his time. Obviously, there's a lot of guys from Mizzou that have gotten in the NFL here in the last couple of years. Going to be a couple more probably drafted in the first round in April. But Nick Bolton, at least temporarily, I think, goes on that post-2000 list. Interested to hear what you guys think about it, where Bolton would go. Again, he'd be only the second Mizzou player to ever win at least 3 in the NFL. So curious your thoughts, where he'd go, who I missed, who should be on that list, who isn't, who shouldn't be, who is. Let me know what you think. We'll be back tomorrow morning with another edition of PM in the AM.